Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a Pride inspired makeup look. I'm going to show you how I like to do ombre brows using liquid lipsticks. Keep in mind that I was winging this look, so let's get started. I'm first using this blue liquid lipstick I got from Bornpretty store. I'll include the link down below. And I'm using this flat eyeliner brush to first fill in the front of my brows. I recommend you start off with the blue instead of the black, otherwise you'll blend too much of the black into the blue. Therefore your color won't be as bright as you would probably wish. I'm currently sitting in front of the AC because it's so hot outside, so sorry for all the background crinkly noises you're currently hearing. Anyhow, I'm carefully defining my brow with the blue liquid lipstick. The blue is going to be much more forgiving than the black, so first use the blue as a guideline for the outer half of the eyebrow, even though we're going to later cover it with black. Also, don't be worried if you make any minor mistakes, because we're going to cover that up later. And now I'm using the same brush as we were using earlier, and I'm starting to fill the outer half of my brow with black. I'm carefully lengthening my brow, and I'm slowly working my way inwards. And right now I'm sort of blending it into the blue as well. The other day the power went out because of a thunderstorm, and so I decided to sit down and start filming. Now I'm going to go back in with the blue. This time I'm going to just use the wand and help make the blue a little more brighter against the black. Then I'm going to go back with the black and to help blend in with the blue even more. And our eyebrow's pretty much done. Okay, I primed my eyelid, and then I'm going to use a fluffy brush in a circular motion to buff in the lightest brown shade in Smashbox's Photo Op Trio filter. And you want to use your eye socket as a guideline of how high up you should bring the eyeshadow. I'm going to bring it higher up than normal because I'm going to wear some pretty big false eyelashes later. I'm going to bring this eyeshadow along my lower lash line as well, using the same brush. Then I'm going to apply a warmer shade from Urban Decay's Vice for palette in Bitter to sort of warm up the color a bit. Of course you want to apply with a light hand. First apply a little, blend it out, and then keep adding more if you need to. Don't put too much at once, otherwise you might have issues blending it out. It doesn't help that Bitter is a bit streaky, so you want to carefully work it in. Then I'm going to take a dark plummy eyeshadow from Urban Decay and Rockstar, and I'm applying with my pinky. You want to blend as you go, and if you think your finger's not going to do a good job, feel free to use a brush. So I'm going to slowly work it in, blend it in. You always want to make sure you blend in everything very nicely. Then I'm going to take the fluffy brush we were using earlier to help blend in the purple even more. Then I'm going to take this cream eyeshadow from Bornpretty store to apply it to my lid. You don't want to bring it too high up. I'm going to apply even more Rockstar, and this cream eyeshadow is going to help make that color pop even more. And the eyeshadow is going to appear more purple to brown than it did before. Keep blending, blending, blending until you can't tell where it begins and ends. Let's fast forward this even more. Hey, and don't forget to leave me a comment of where you're located and how hot the weather is right now. It's currently 97 degrees right now over here. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone with Smashbox's Vanilla. Using the same cream eyeshadow as before, I'm applying it on my inner corners and lower lash line. And this is going to help brighten the colors even more, as per usual. I'm also going to be using some loose pigments too. So I'm taking this bright yellow from MAC, applying on the inner corners. And you want to really pile on this yellow so it's really bright and vivid. I mean, this was inspired by the LGBT flag, so you want those colors to really stand out. Of course, you want to sort of work it in with the purple so it blends in more seamlessly, and just keep on piling that yellow. Now I'm going to take this loose pigment from Pierre, sorry for mispronouncing it. This is on the color Tropic, and I'm applying it all over my lower lash line. Going back in with the yellow, and I'm applying it to the outer third-ish of the blue eyeshadow, so we're going to get this greenish tone. Now I'm going to apply this light wash of yellow, making sure to blend it out, of course. And I'm going to later place some rhinestones in the area. Every now and then you want to step back and take a look at what you've done to see if you need to correct anything and make it more balanced. Now I'm taking a liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to sort of plot out what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make a wing, and I'm going to also plot out where I want these drips of color to be. With these kind of crazy looks, I never plan them out. The only thing I decide is what kind of color palette I want. And so for this one, all I decided before was rainbow and blue brows. For the dripping color, I decided to organize it as Roji Biv, and you want all of them to be of varying length, so that it looks a little more natural and playful. And then so I'm taking this blue pigment from Bornpretty store for the drip, and then I'm also going to outline my brow with it. So by outlining your brow with it, you're covering any and all mistakes you made with a liquid lipstick in the earlier steps. So I'm going to completely line my brows with this. As you can no doubt figure out by now, I mixed in a little liquid with my pigment so it becomes this sort of paintish tone. And I recommend instead of using water, you use contact lens solution because it's a sterilized liquid, and therefore it's much safer for your eyes. Makeup setting spray is also another option. So I'm continuing to paint these drips. Don't worry, I'll list all products I used down below. So for red, I used Pierre Cinnabar. Blue is from Bornpretty store. This gold pigment is also from Bornpretty store, and I'm using it to outline my eyebrow even more. When you're mixing the contact lens solution with the pigment, you want to make sure you get the right ratio. Otherwise, it's either going to be a little too watery and hard to work with, or lumpy, which only means you need more liquid. Now I'm going in with the black eyeshadow to sort of deepen the outer V. This black eyeshadow has a lot of fallout, so I'm tilting my head so the fallout doesn't get on my beautiful. Now I'm going to dampen a brush and dip it back into Rockstar, the purple eyeshadow we used earlier, to help intensify this purple even more. When I work with bright colors, I want everything to really stand out. And so I just keep going back to help work in the color even brighter. And when you intensify things, blending is always a very vital step. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the drips. I'm using a purple pigment from Bornpretty store. Again, I'm going to list all things I used down below. You want all these drips to be of varying lengths to be more interesting. While you might want to make these pigments a little more watery, you're going to lose some of that color intensity. So I recommend you don't water it down. I'm going to go add some purple dots on my brows so it makes things a little more interesting as well. And 3 white dots. I'm going to add 1 big dot on my inner corner because I'm going to place some rhinestones there later, and I'm just marking the spot. And I'm going to go cover that black eyeliner with white as well. I'm also going to place some white where the yellow meets the purple, and then I'm going to also apply on the inner lash line. I also added a white drip, but later I removed it because it made things a little unbalanced. I went back over these white spots a couple more times, and then I'm going back to the drips. This green pigment's also from Bornpretty store, and I also add a little Tropic from Pierre. Add some fluffy lashes, rhinestones, and glitter, and here you have it. A Pride-inspired makeup look. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye bye!